Hi, my name is Corley May and this is the book of the week. This week's book is not a new release, but it is, in my opinion, one of the most perfect beginning of autumn novels you can find. We read it for our September book club book here at PDS for middle school book club. And it's just one of my favorites. I think it's a classic. I love reading it every time I read it, so I wanted to tell you about it today. This week's book is Wildwood by Colin Meloy and illustrated by Carson Ellis. I've been a fan of Meloy and Ellis since long before Wildwood the book came out. Their band, the Decemberists, was one of my favorites all through college and up until today. I think they are very clever and interesting, and when I first saw that they were coming out with this book, I was immediately excited because I knew it was probably going to fall squarely in my wheelhouse, and it does. So Wildwood is about a girl named Prue who is living in a suburb of Portland, Oregon with her mom and dad and her 1-year-old brother, Mac. Prue and Mac are out for the afternoon one day when Mac is suddenly and alarmingly lifted from his wagon by a murder of crows and flown off into the woods. And Prue is left aghast and wondering what she can possibly do to get him back. And that's where the adventure starts. This book has a lot of really great elements. We have our adventure, we have a little bit of magical realism, we have that wonderful feeling of discovering a whole magical world that was just right under your nose and you had no idea it was there. We have friendship, we have battle, we have standing up for what you know is right, even when it is scary or might mean things are going to be more difficult for you in the long run. We have elements of not judging a book by its cover or not being too hasty to judge someone just because they're different from us. And we have being true to yourself, which is always important and nice to find in a book for middle grades readers. Prue is right up there with Katniss Everdeen and Hermione Granger for me as one of the great examples of a strong, capable girl getting things done in a beautifully written book. She is so smart and she really takes charge when she needs to. She's not afraid to speak up when she knows something is wrong. She's not afraid to break the rules when she knows that they need to be broken. And she's also not looking for a fight. There are certain scenes where it would be really easy for Prue to just take up a weapon and join the thrall, and instead she does everything she can to exercise her pacifism, which is really neat and I think a distinguisher for her in the world of young adult and tween girl heroes. So go Prue. She also has a sidekick named Curtis, who is a friend of hers from school, who finds his way into Wildwood with her. And he is not quite as capable as Prue, although he does make great progress over the course of the book and definitely redeems himself by the end. This is a great book for talking with kids about power and about the dangers of believing what you hear instead of finding out the truth for yourself. This is also a really great book about people and creatures who are different from each other and who don't necessarily like each other all that much, finding a way to work together toward a common goal, which is another great thing to discuss with kids, especially in the middle grades age ranges. Plus, this book is full of gorgeous illustrations. Carson Ellis has illustrated some of my favorite children's books. I love reading them at home with my son. We love looking at the pictures and admiring all the different details, and she definitely brings that beauty into this book as well. There are several really helpful maps and illustrations, as well as a handful of gorgeous full color plates inside the pages, and her illustrations are really like another character in the book. They make things pop and resonate so much more than the book would without her illustrations helping it along. So overall, if you're looking for something that is kind of a gentle read, it's not hard to understand, although I did find myself consulting the maps often to kind of wrap my head around the layout of the travels in the story. But if you're looking for an adventure, something that's going to be uplifting at the end of the day, then this is definitely a great pick. It's perfect for a cup of hot apple cider and a cool breeze, sunny day, sitting outside and reading a book. this is the book for that. So I'm really excited to talk about it in book club later today, and I hope that you'll give it a chance if you haven't already, and let me know what you think. I think you're probably gonna like it a lot. So that's it, short and sweet for this week's book of the week. I will be back next week with another book, and until then, bye.